electricity is really a flow of current, and it could be either AC or DC. The issue of DC electricity, this is what Thomas Edison was behind, could be only transmitted over short distances, and it's really like your battery. Tesla, on the other hand, he was behind AC electricity. He did not invent AC, so please do not credit Tesla as the inventor of AC. He just invented the motor that used AC electricity and then converted it into and optimized it. As I said, AC and DC. DC, short distance transmission. AC, step up the voltage, and you can transmit it over great distances. So that's the important thing. This is a standard motor you see. There's one similar to it right there, the black one. All right? This is Tesla's actual motor that he invented and patented in 1884. Tesla was the first one to promote eco-friendly. Why? He did not want us to use and consume power, consume anything to create power. He wanted us to cease using oil and coal. Imagine what society would be like now if we didn't have to deal with climate change because we polluted the air because of all of the oil and the coal. Unlimited power quantities. This is what Tesla really believed in. And unfortunately, power brokers at that time felt they could make more money by selling oil. That's what happened. Now listen to this. This is Decew I. He's a famous...
If you could simply turn off all of Tesla's contribution, modern civilization would come to a grinding halt. We would be thrown back literally 100 years into the past, back into the days of steam engines and steam locomotives. That's the contribution that Tesla made. In some sense, he's the architect. In some sense, Tesla is the architect of modern day civilization.
So what does our world look like without Tesla's system? Those of us who are old enough to remember 2003, the eastern seaboard, Ontario and over here was all blacked out. New York City, Toronto, lanterns on the island so people can see where they're walking. That's what it looks like. Traffic gridlock, nothing moved. 1 week we were paralyzed. Now let's hear
Tesla is that he was, I think, cheated of much of his well-deserved fame and also patents. He was in on the discovery of radium. He was experimenting with X-rays before the announcement of the discovery of X-rays. He pioneered the AC motor. You realize that everything you see around us, the lights in this room, the lights of New York City, are all energized by AC motors and AC power. So in other words, Tesla laid the foundation of a second industrial revolution.
All right, so let's get to the 5 Johns. 5 Johns of Hamilton. John Gibson is lieutenant governor eventually. He's pictured on the picture over here of him. But John Patterson is a visionary. We'll talk more about him. They were the big business dealers in the city of Hamilton in the late 1890s. This is John Patterson. He was really the visionary. Why? He's the one that went to Niagara Falls, New York, discovers electricity there, what's under construction. He wants to buy power for Hamilton, they won't sell it. Why? Not even for double the price, they want the power for themselves. He wants to build on the Canadian side, he can't. Why? The Americans bought the water rights. There's a treaty, and the Americans control the water rights. The power generating station that we'll talk about later on, they build that station, okay? But what else is a problem? So now they've got 2 problems. They don't have a source of water, and they can't build there. But here's the other problem. They're told that they can't transmit power more than 2 miles. Lord Kelvin was the guru of those days. You can't transmit power. Oh, Nikola Tesla. Notice the date, August of 1896. Spring of 1896, they would have consulted Tesla. Can they build a power generator? So they found a place for water, Welland Canal. But 35 miles from Hamilton, can they send power that distance? Kelvin says no. Tesla says yes. Tesla even said you can go 500 miles. All right? On Tesla say so, they do. How does Tesla know this? This is his 1898 when he put the whole system together, delivered it to the American Institute of Electrical Engineers, Westinghouse. hears about this, buys Tesla's patents, and they work together. This is the Westinghouse, Canadian Westinghouse Company, here in Hamilton. That was their headquarters. At the 110th anniversary of the power generating station that was built, that we talked about, the Q, basically they thought a new discovery sparks a new age. Thank you, Mr. Tesla. This is the station. You see pictures over there and here. This is the station, and those pictures that are around you, the black and white, they're during the construction of that station in 1897. It's the first building in Hamilton to have electricity. This was a substation. Part of the name is still there. This building still stands. It's not even protected as a heritage building. Incredible. Part of our history. Proof. Hamilton got power August 26th. The day before, August 25th, power was turned on to Hamilton. All right, so they control power. This company controlled power from St. Catharines all the way to Brantford, Dundas, towards Oakville. Where is this station? Brock University, Wallen Canal over there. They flooded a little bit to create lakes, source of water, continuous water. Lake Gibson, Lake Moody, 2 of the 5 Johns. 1898, when this station was opened, November the 12th, it should go down as a red-lettered day in the annals of electrical history. Second longest power transmission in the world to Hamilton. That's what happened. They used 22,000 volts. Buffalo got 10,000 volts. Quickly, Hamilton, in 2014, when we started this whole topic, all of a sudden, somebody woke up and put this plaque up. This is located on Green Hill, next to Strathern. There's a power line that comes there. There's an old hydro tower there. All right? These are the industries that started coming in. A ton of industries started developing right away. We became the heartland. Prosperity. First automobile in all of Canada is right here in Hamilton. First automobile club here in Hamilton. Look at this, by 1920 we have 6,000 vehicles in Hamilton and we have 15 ratio. We're greater than these big cities. All the prosperities. They used radios. Radios were little mini trains, electrical. That's what they use the power for. In Europe, a lot of trains are done electrical. They were even being built here in Hamilton, steel car industry. 1897, Westinghouse came to Hamilton to build his power plant, build his manufacturing plant in Hamilton because power was coming the next year. He wanted to be ready right away. Look at all the other companies that came in right after that. Okay? And what else happened? We became a multilingual state, multinational. Italians, Polish, Ukrainians, Serbians. Go down Barton Street and take a look at when those churches were all built, those ethnic churches. Because the immigrants came and all of a sudden we transformed into a different city. So who was Tesla? The impact, 1898, 1896, 1898 power comes to Hamilton. We're the first major city in all of Canada to have electricity, and we're called the Electric City. Who was Tesla? Born in 1856 in present-day Croatia. It used to be the Austrian Empire at the time. All right, so he's not Croatian, he's actually Serbian, but that doesn't matter. The main thing is this man gave us so much in history. He's an inventor, he's a visionary. He's given us the first power plant, Hamilton, and all of that. 315 patents to his name, and died in 1943. This was a transformer on a hydro pole around that time of Tesla's. How much has changed? Same technology still works today. Tesla's induction motor. This is what started it all. It's the induction motor that could use alternating current, and then from that point, he converted the motor to the transformer, to the generator, and recognized that he can step up power and bring it back down in voltage. Tesla coil, in those days it was used for wireless transmission of communications. He's behind so much. Alternating induction motor. And even our EV friends here will tell you that the Tesla motor that drives the car is an induction motor, Tesla's. There's so much behind, spark plugs, radios. He's into anything and everything. I mean, it's just an incredible story. Remote controls, robotics, Tesla's dabbled in all of this. X-rays, you name it. Okay, radar. This is our EV friend would love this one.
Some of his inventions were ahead of his time. Heck, a few of them were ahead of our time. But some of them, well, let's just say we're standing on the shoulders of giants. And while Mr. Tesla never got to see his legacy, we'd like to think he'd be pretty pleased.
Tesla, as I said to you, was a visionary. In 1926, he talked about communicating with a handheld device that will fit in our pocket. He was talking about a cell phone. He just didn't use the word cell phone. There's so much. Technology is advancing. People are studying these technologies, and more things are emerging. This is where we encourage the youth to get involved. This is what this is all about. Getting the youth to understand that technology is the future. This is the foundation of the technology. You understand the foundation, you're going to be able to build on it. Of course, Renaissance, Tesla is being recognized as a true genius. And this is what's happening now. The last 10 to 15 years has been a remarkable transformation, and totally, in part, due mainly to the Tesla car. All right? Robotics in school. Dr. Colin Campbell, he's one of our directors. He's retired now. Tesla's recognized with a unit of measurement. It's used in MRIs. His picture is on currencies in Europe. Niagara Falls, there's a statue that was erected in 2006, overlooking the falls. Interesting story about this one is when Tesla was a little kid, his uncle showed him a picture, a postcard of Niagara Falls. And he said, one day, I'm going to go and put a wheel and I'm going to harness the power of the falls. 1896, Power Generating Station did exactly that using this technology. We talk about EI to I, educate and inspire. If we inspire you guys to invent the future. That's what we're looking for. Nikola Tesla Boulevard, scholarships, public art, all of those type of things. Nikola Tesla Day Act that passed. It's the law in Ontario. Nikola Tesla Boulevard when it was going up and down. This is an empowered thing that was erected recently. If you watch this, you will notice it when you look at it one way, it looks like it's a waterfalls. On one side, the plaque talks about the electricity. On the other side, the plaque talks about Nikola Tesla. But as you move around, all of a sudden you see something totally different. The center of it signifies the generator, the turbine. And you walk away again, it's gone. Cool piece, if you'd like to see it, this is about 15 feet tall. It's located on Vancouver Beach Boulevard, right next to the go-karts, between the go-karts and the Lakeland Pool. Province of Ontario passed the Nikola Tesla Day Act. And this is not just a proclamation, it's a law that was passed. I'm going to play a tiny little thing here, just to show you this was in the legislature. This happened in a total time period of 2 hours. They went through second reading, skipped committee work, brought it back into third reading in 2 hours. I used to work for the government, I couldn't get a letter out in 2 hours.
Bill 293, an act to proclaim July 10th as Nikola Tesla Day in Ontario.
I will now turn it over to a member from Humber River, Black Creek, to begin the meeting.
Thank you, Speaker. We live in an era of technological wonder, but for the most part, we take it for granted. Flip a switch and voila, a dark room is illuminated and we can see. But technology that has now become mundane was once considered a miraculous wonder. We live in a world of what was once science fiction, dreamed into reality by countless people of science, engineering, and medicine. But do we ever take the time to truly see and recognize those brilliant minds that made this possible? Today, in some small way, I hope to change this as I table the second reading of a bill to recognize and honor the life of a man who changed the world.
Okay, this guy could go on for 45 minutes of this, so I'm not gonna do that. All I just wanna tell you is, I wanna show you, this happened in the legislature, and it happened so fast that our heads were spinning. I'm one of the advisors on this. We promote Nikola Tesla inclusion in the school curriculum. We wanted that to be taught. We look to science fairs. We promote innovation everywhere we possibly can, okay? Our mission is really to educate and inspire the youth. McMaster is a leader now in medical robotics. This is where things are going, all right? For the youth, you can join, anybody can join the Tesla organization. We give at the Bay Area Science and Engineering Fair, this is geared to 7th to grade 12. Kids who do science projects. We've been presenting awards since 2015. We're going to be back again. This is our class of 2017, our class of 2018 awards. All right. What better way to recognize Tesla and honor Tesla? And this city has done a remarkable job so far, thanks to our initiative.
The Niagara Parks Power Station was the first major power station built on the Canadian side of the Niagara River, formerly known as the Canadian Niagara Power Company Generating Station. It was constructed in 1905 to harness the power of the Horseshoe Falls to create electricity. At the time, it was quite the achievement in design, engineering, and architecture. It operated until 2006 when it was decommissioned, and then in 2009, it was gifted to Niagara Parks. Extensive renovations and restorations have taken place to reimagine the power station into an educational and entertainment experience. It is one of the only historical power plants open to tourists on either side of the border and is considered to be the only fully intact, decommissioned hydroelectric power plant of its era in the world. When you first walk in, you'll be amazed by the sheer size of the space, with soaring 60-foot ceilings and large characterizing arched windows.
Again, it'll go on for a little bit. I want to expedite because I do want the EV Society to have the opportunity to talk to you. There's so much to see in this station. You'll discover Tesla in there. You'll discover the tunnel where the water went back to the river, 2,200 feet. It's 180 feet below ground. You get to see everything below ground. It's an incredible, incredible thing. There's so much to learn. Look at all the places you can learn. Just YouTube's, internet, whatever. And take my business card, connect with me. Take that to your school and tell them that I will come to your school and I'll do an enhanced presentation of all of this. There's books galore and the libraries everywhere, okay? And I'll just end it there. That was just a little bit of the Tesla coil. I'll play it a little bit more later on. I have actually this Tesla coil also in recording. The libraries are still a little hesitant to allow me to turn it on into here because they're not yet familiar with the technology. So we're working on that, and yet in schools, we power this up in schools, and it's an incredible thing when kids stand in front of it and hold a fluorescent tube like this, and it just lights up in their hands. It's something else. The excitement that it generates in the students is beyond belief. As one student said as he was walking out from my last presentation, "This has been the best day ever." It was I think the student was maybe going grade 5 at the time. All right, so I will turn it over really to the EV Society. I will be around here, and we will, and by all means, there's a plasma ball right here. You can work with it, experiment a little bit with it. It works on the same principle as the Tesla coil. It's just that it's so tiny that it does transmit power wirelessly. Any of that. I'm sorry, like I said, I wanted to give it to the EV Society over because they wanted to do a presentation at 2 o'clock. So we ran a little bit over, but I hope, and if you want to stay behind afterwards, by all means, you're welcome to stay here, see the EV presentation, and then check out the EVs that are outside. All right, thank you.